Wataka ya maji, wataka ya mjusi, au wataka ya kidole?
Mwanangu lete ya maji.
Ya maji.
Wapige maji kwani iko nini?
Nasemaje?
Sema baba.
Anaza maskani proverb. Dirty water doesn't stop plants from growing.
Kwa mpigo. Maji machafu
hayazuii mti ama miche kuwa.
Maji ya mtaroni
hayazuii.
Si maji machafu Sheikh.
Maji ya mtaroni
hayazuii.
Kama singekinga kuwa wakili ama mbunge ningekuwa River Road. Nikidaka pale kama nimefunga macho.
Ndoto yangu ilikuwa kwanza niende army.
Ifika mambo ya rumba mimi nakuwa DJ.
Each and every other leader, we've told you their stories. Yaani kuhakikisha kwamba tunakufikia wewe, kuhakikisha tunakuletea story na historia ya viongozi serikalini, mawaziri, ambassadors na viongozi wengine wote kwa pamoja katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi na Elizabeth Mutuku, kila siku ya Alhamisi saa 1:30 kuendelea.
When baking, it's important to use room temperature ingredients unless otherwise specified. If you forget to take your eggs out of the fridge in time, don't worry. Just place them in a bowl of warm water for a few minutes.
Live from our studios right here in Nairobi. Thank you so much for keeping it TV47. This is News Now with me, Linda Alela. Lots lined up for you. Comprehensive coverage of what is happening in the world of news. And to start us off, the Kakamega County Governor, Fernandez Baraza, has called upon counties across Kenya to take proactive measures in boosting their own source revenue or own revenue, and of course to address fiscal deficits and ensure more self-reliant governance. An address to Kakamega County Executive Committee members and chief officers today in Kisumu, Governor Baraza emphasized the need for counties to enhance cost management practices. He stressed that improving financial management is crucial for counties to achieve their development agendas effectively. Governor Baraza cautioned against a heavy reliance on the equitable share of funds from the central government, citing concerns over the reliability and timeliness of the disbursements.
Because for you to efficiently deliver on your agenda, let us not depend on the equitable share. I know the equitable share has a lot of challenges. The release is not predictable. It is not timely. You know, sometimes we are accused that, counties have received all the money. And yet, right now we are still struggling getting release for the month of August. We must now leverage with our own source revenue. And that's why I'm very particular about all source revenue, in as much as we also push at COG level on predictability and timeliness of release of the equitable share.
Now, as the country is set to host the AFCON 2027, Heated confrontations have been witnessed between Western governors and the Uasin Gishu Governor Jonathan B. The governor saying that Uasin Gishu County was chosen for political reasons. The governor, that is Governor B, on his end has told off his counterparts from Kisumu and Kakamega, asking them to develop a culture of being able to diversify sports in Kenya.
AFCON games hapa, nani kama sisi? We are the county of champions. Kwa hivyo, I had my colleague governor, Professor Nyong'o of Kisumu, and to the extent Barasa, Ferdinand Barasa, my neighbor of Kakamega, they were complaining that no, you know, football is more of the other side. And this AFCON thing should have gone to either Pukungu Stadium or Kisumu Stadium. Let me tell my colleagues, my friends, we need to diversify these sports. We need to diversify the sports. And I can prove that providing citizens of this country is not good. Omanyala can run as fast as possible, and it doesn't come from Uasin Gishu. It comes from Western. And we had the other guy, is this me or Wanyonyi, the one? The 800 guy. Wanyonyi is not Kibet. But he ran so fast that everybody appreciated.
It'll be interesting to watch the developments of the same. Now, 2 men and 2 women who were caught on CCTV violently robbing Kerugoya residents will be held for 6 days pending further investigations. Residents have mentioned that they had been terrorized by the 4 and they had planned to arrest them. They have said that the gang had terrorized them for a while, making them count losses in their businesses. Their long-term reign of terror was cut short by arrests made, which led to their being remanded and being arraigned in court. The court arrived at the decision to hold them after police requested for more time to conduct and conclude investigations.
Sisi kama wafanyabiashara tumekuwa na tatizo na shida kubwa ya wakora pia kutuvamia kwenye biashara zetu, kuvunja milango zetu, wanaingia na wanatuibia. Kwa hii street yetu ya Muhindi Public Street ambayo iko hapa stage 2 ukienda hivi side za soko, kumekuwa na wizi mwingi sana.
Waizi walikuwa 4 wakaibia vijana 2, lakini kwa bahati mzuri through the collaboration of the law enforcers na assistant chiefs wa Kerugoya, na wapongeza sana kwa sababu waliweza kuwakamata leo asubuhi.
So tunaomba serikali ingililie kati, itusaidie tujue hao wezi ni akina nani, na atusaidie iwe in peace, at least tufanye kazi tukijua tuko under protection.
Let's talk education. The chairperson of the National Assembly Budget Committee, Ndindi Nyoro, has now urged the heads of various schools not to increase student fee, stating that the government is reviewing how self-sustained funds will be disbursed to the schools. While speaking at Mugoiri Girls School, Nyoro mentioned that the allocation of funds for schools will be expedited to ease their operations. He added that the required fees will be set as at 70% with additional scholarship filing or filling the gap.
Launching a program where tukifanya mtihani ya KIPSEA na mtihani ya KCPE wanafunzi wasome maneno ya lunch, hiyo tutafanya na tutagharamia, so that the pupils can concentrate in doing their exams. Also in our day schools, our Masomo Bora program is running, and therefore there will be no hitch. Hiyo chakula already tuko nayo, ndio tunapeleka katika hizo mashule, ndio mzazi asikuwe na gharama ya kugharamia hizo siku. Hiyo yote tumechukua hiyo gharama, na kwa hivyo tunauliza wanafunzi wote waendelee kuconcentrate na maneno ya mtihani.
And on health, the National Health Insurance Fund, in collaboration with Kiambu County Government, has signed a memorandum of understanding worth over 600 million shillings that will grant enhanced health coverage to 70,600 households in the county to achieve UHC. Acting NHIF CEO Samson Kuhora says the social health insurance bill will help transform the country's health insurance scheme, encouraging more Kenyans to enroll in the medical cover. Kuhora has also confirmed that the institution is still grappling with fraud and corruption, where they risk losing money to fraudsters. Kiambu County Governor Kimani Wamatangi said the social insurance will transform the health sector that will help senior citizens with chronic diseases to access health care without paying.
Now, in social insurance, there is what is called ATP, the ability to pay. So basically what a member contributes, it's based on what they are able to pay for their healthcare. So the ones who are low in that pyramid in terms of the earnings, they contribute less compared to the ones who have a higher earning.
Sababu mnajua kwamba NHIF ukilipa kuna ile pesa wanatuma hospitali directly. Na ile pesa kwa hii mkataba ikirudi kwa hospitali inatumika kuimprove hizo hospitali. Kitu ya kwanza. Kitu ya pili, kuna hospitali mingi sana, karibu 90 hazija kuwa kwa mtandao. Kwa hivyo tumekuwa tukitumia hospitali kama 20 hivi. Hizo zingine 90 tunaziweka kwa mtandao kutoka next week.
Has a form of insurance cover such that when a family member becomes sick or has got a disease, is able to visit our facilities and is able to be treated without going back to his pocket to pay for those services.
Those of us wenye wako na shida ya chronic diseases, kwa wa mama wengine wanapata ni mama mzee mwingine ni mkongwe, ako na diabetes, ako na hypertension, ako na ni magonjwa mengine na hawezi kutibiwa. We ask for a cover that can cover those people.
A ban has been imposed for more than 3,000 mineral traders who are operating without licenses. The decision is in accordance with a directive from the Ministry of Mining and Natural Resources led by Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya. Mvurya has added that his ministry will collaborate with more stakeholders to ensure that the mining industry boosts Kenya's economy. He has called on mineral traders to join social organizations to receive various training related to mining. Additionally, the ministry has stated that a special police unit will be established to ensure the security of minerals and their trade.
Must witness, we declared mineral smuggling as an economic crime, because currently we have seen situations where people smuggle minerals across the country, and we resolved yesterday that mineral smuggling is an economic crime and will be punishable as per the laws of our country. We will also call on a stakeholder engagement forum in the next 2 weeks so that we can have a conversation on how we can further better the reforms in the sector and make mining a viable business, a business which should operate like any other, and that should operate within the framework of the law. Mineral markets shall be opened in all regions to facilitate trade, and all mineral dealers shall be required to operate from the set markets. And therefore, we have already directed that they form cooperative societies so that they can prepare themselves for issuance of licenses and permits. And we'll be able to run a training across the country for all artisanal mining committees, which will be working in the county governments to make sure that they are able to license these important Kenyans.
Women living with disability in Narok County have asked the county government to assist them in starting small businesses so that they can afford to raise their families. The women, led by Grace Silantoi, said they face numerous challenges, among them financial difficulties and social rejection, asking Narok County Governor Patrick Ntutu to hold a closed-door meeting with them so that they can explain to him their predicament. Silantoi reiterated that the special group should be active actively involved in the development of the nation, as they too have unique talents that should be exploited. They thanked First Lady Mrs. Rachel Ruto for issuing about 1.5 million shillings bursary to the children with disabilities in the county. Tupunya said the motivated the group that had felt neglected for a very long time. Her sentiments were echoed by Mercy Naisia and Anastasia Linoi, who called for inclusion in the development agenda of the county.
Niko hapa na kikao ya wamama wanao wenye ulemavu wamejitokeza leo. Tumeona ya kwamba tumekuwa tukinyamaza, hakuna kile kilicho chetu ambacho tunakipata, na kwa ukweli tukaona afadhali tuongee
kumusia hali yetu kama wamama na yale mambo yanao na yale mashida ambao wamama walemavu tunapitia, na zaidi ya yote tukiongelea katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Tunafurahia sana wakati Mama Rachel kama miaka 3 iliyopita alitushughulikia kama wamama walemavu wa Narok. Tulikuwa kazi ambayo alikuwa ametufanya, tulikuwa tunafanya kazi ya ushonaji mats, na ilitusaidia sana.
Ninashukuru sana serikali yetu ya kaunti, hasa bwana governor. Tunakushukuru sana sana sana. Tunasikia hapa na pale kuna miradi mingi unafanya, na hizo zote ni saa kutufaidi sisi kama wana kaunti.
Usitusahau, tuongezee hata zaidi. We are the leading county, Kiararopiani. Sifa yetu imeenea kama moto, ni kazi nzuri unafanya. Pongezi, kongole bwana governor.
Well, News Now takes a quick break and we're back with more news, so don't you go anywhere.
Wednesday on Kenya's biggest comedy talk show, Dr. Freya Tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Miley the DJ. Aya.
Miley the DJ. The fun.
Ujaida mpio.
Na mzungu? Mimi ndio wacha. So
the conversations.
Tulikuwa ito Sunday service. Kuna zile zinaitwa presentations.
Yes.
Sasa unaambia DJ acheze na instrumental ya Vibes Cartel. Na unaingia hapo na kupiga
ghost. Unaka Jesus. Hadi Jesus.
Dr. Ofweneke Tonight, every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m.
When someone chokes, advise them to cough. And if this is not effective, bend them forward and give them about 5 back blows to try and clear the blockage. And if they're still choking, give them up to 5 tummy pushes by holding them around the waist and pushing inwards and upwards above their belly button. If they are still choking, call for medical assistance.
Demon Street, a place to absorb the dead and suppress the evil spirits. This is a world where people and spirits coexist, but not everyone can enter Demon Street. Only those who have a guardian spirit can enter. Ling was originally an ordinary college intern, but an accident led her life to be no longer normal. Can she survive with her guardian spirit in this world full of evil spirits? Watch Demon Street every Monday to Wednesday at 6 p.m. only on TV47.
Kama singekinga kuwa wakili ama mbunge, ningekuwa River Road. Nikidaka pale kama nimefunga macho.
Ndoto yangu ilikuwa kwanza niende army.
Ifika mambo ya rumba mimi nakuwa DJ.
Each and every other leader, we've told you their stories. Yaani, kuhakikisha kwamba tunakufikia wewe, kuhakikisha tunakuletea story na historia ya viongozi serikalini, mawaziri, ambassadors na viongozi wengine wote kwa pamoja katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi na mi Elizabeth Mutuku, kila siku ya Alhamisi saa 1:30 kuendelea.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. We still have lots lined up for you. Make sure that you keep it right here. Now we cross over to some more, and that is in Nandi County. The County Executive Committee members and senior officials in Nandi County government have been warned against corruption and inefficiency at work, which has contributed to the delay of various projects in the county. Speaking in Kapsabet after presiding over the signing ceremony of performance contracts between ministers, directors and other senior officials in the county government, Nandi Governor Stephen Sang has issued a notice to his cabinet and senior officials in his government that he will not delay in firing them if they are negligent in their duties.
That aspect of projects must be completed and operationalized. Value for money will only be gotten if a project is operational. If a project is not operational, you can't get value for money. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best. We will be back here, God willing, in a year's time. You know, we are signing this in October, 3 months already into the financial year. But I'm sure you already, I've seen certain elements of the pieces have already been, some of them you have already achieved. So there is no problem with, we are not telling you to achieve in 9 months what you should have done in 12 months. You are already working anyway. So please, within the next, and then the team that will be doing the reviews, the PC, the performance contracting team, let them work on a scheduled program on how to do the reviews moving into the future. Let's not just, we don't want a situation like the Auditor General where it's just a post-mortem. The PC should be able to allow us to do things, correct issues ahead of time. If there is something that is not going right, let's correct them in good time so that then we can be able to move into the future together.
The Technical Working Group of GMO Seed Sovereignty and Biosafety, together with other stakeholders, has asked the National Biosafety Authority to pick up its mandate to ensure the public is well educated, public awareness and participation on issues pertaining generally engineering. In a 2-day capacity building training, they have asked recognition of farmers as the country begins accepting GMO foods imports.
We are here today and tomorrow as the Technical Working Group on GMO Seed Sovereignty and Biosafety, together with various stakeholders, to have a capacity building on issues of genetic engineering. We have been privileged to have researchers with us, the regulator, the National Biosafety Authority, and some of the issues that are coming up is that it is important that the National Biosafety Authority picks up its mandate to ensure that the public is educated, there is public awareness, public education, and public participation on issues of genetic engineering. We are currently talking about GMO 1.0, but there's also GMO 2.0. What, as the National Biosafety Authority, needs to play its critical role in ensuring the public is aware. But as the Biodiversity and Biosafety Association of Kenya, we still express our concern and are very critical and say no to GMO because GMOs are shrouded in a lot of secrecy, and when you look at the issue of genetic engineering and crossing the species barriers, there are several ethical concerns, health concerns that have been raised, but apart from that, the corporate capture of the seed systems, and one of the things that we brought in on board today is that we had the Ministry of Agriculture, public policy